Hello, friends. Hope you are all well. Let us start with a very profound metaphor. A professor stood before his class and had some items in front of him. When the class began, he picked up a very large empty jar. He then proceeded to fill the jar with golf balls. Is the jar full? He asked his students. Yes, everyone responded. The professor then picked up a box of pebbles and poured them into the jar. He shook the jar lightly. The pebbles rolled into the areas between the golf balls. Is the jar full? He asked again. The students responded with an unanimous yes. The professor next picked up a box of sand and poured it into the jar. Of course, the sand filled up all the space which was left between the golf balls and the pebbles. He asked once more, Is the jar full? Yes, of course, everyone responded with a smile. The professor then brought 2 cups of coffee and poured the entire content into the jar, filling the empty space between the sand. Everyone laughed. Now, the professor said, as the laughter subsided, I want you to recognize that this jar represents your life. The golf balls are the important things: your family, your children, health, friends, and favorite passions. If everything else was lost and only they remained, your life would still be full. The pebbles are the other things that matter, like your job, your house or car. The sand is everything else, the small stuff. If you put the sand into the jar first, he continued, there will be no room for the pebbles or the golf balls. The same goes for life. If we spend all our time and energy on small stuffs, we will never have room for the things that are important to us. Pay attention to the things critical to your happiness. Take care of the golf balls first, the things that really matter. Set your priorities, the rest is just sand. One of the students raised his hand and inquired what the coffee represented. The professor smiled and said, I'm glad you asked. The coffee just shows that no matter how full our life may seem, there's always room for a cup of coffee with a friend. When things in our life seems almost too much to handle, when 24 hours in a day is not enough, remember this profound metaphor and just put first things first. Put first things first is habit number 3 of Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Putting first things first show us how to stop looking at the clock and start looking at the compass. By figuring out what's important, prioritizing those things in our life, developing a vision for the future, and becoming a strong leader wherever we go. Habit 1 says, we are in charge. We are the creator. Habit 2 deals with the mental creation or the creation that happens in our mind first, creating a vision for our life. And this habit number 3, put first things first, deals with the execution of what we have created in our mind. That is giving shape to habit number 2. This habit is where habit 1 and habit 2 come together. It happens day in and day out, moment by moment. It deals with many of the questions addressed in the field of time management. But it is not only limited to the demarcation of time management only. Habit 3 is beyond time management. It's about life management as well. Our purpose, values, roles, and priorities. What are first things? First things are those things we personally find of most worth. If we put first things first, we are organizing and managing time and events according to the personal priorities we established in habit 2. So, in order to be highly effective, focusing on doing the most important things in life, being clear about our priorities and vision, we must develop this habit to put first things first. Hope the message in this video is beneficial and implementation of this will make our life more effective. Thanks for watching. Thank you.